Now that Ragzlin has started raging, Lae'zel tries to use a Banishing Arrow on him. What? I didn't really think much about it when I was playing, but when I was editing this battle I couldn't help but wonder that I got the journal update when I banished Dror Ragzlin, not when I killed him. This raised some questions for me. To test my theory, I made a new character. A drow for the free early EXP because I'm only going to need to get to level 3 to get the Arcane Archer subclass. The only ability scores I really cared about were Dex 16 to best land Banishing Arrows, and Int 16 to raise the DC of them as high as possible. Background, skills, customization, and the Guardian I paid no attention to. I named her Banisher and I moved on. In case you didn't know, if you speak to Gribblebach as a fighter, you can take this dialogue option here. Take your best shot, you'll only get one. To scare off the looters without a dice roll. This is handy to me for the free 50 experience, especially since I don't care about their loot. My plan calls for multiple invisibility potions, so I hold off on going into the grove until I've hit level 3, so that I can use the level ups to refresh Auntie Ethel's inventory. Entering the Blighted Village as a drow, or disguised as one, lets you bypass the ambush and get the experience for the goblins that would have been involved.
Hard making you out from a distance. Move it, lads!
All means leave if I am so distasteful.
I'd rather not turn my back on you, if it's all the same.
I've farmed enough easy and reliable experience to this point that this boost gets me to 3rd level, so now it's finally time to go to the grove and do some shopping. I purchased the first invisibility potion, and level Banisher up to 3. Making sure to grab Banishing Arrow as one of her options. And then go back to purchase.
Hello, Petal. Need anything? Any lotions or potions?
Uh-oh. Snag number 1. It looks like Auntie Ethel starts with an invisibility potion, but does not refresh them as she does her regular inventory. And Aaron doesn't have any either. I think they don't generally show up in shops until around level 6, and I don't want to wait that long. I haven't really memorized all the locations where I can get more invisibility potions, but I think I know at least one. We'll get there. I am trying to see how the Banishing Arrow interacts with quests, so I make sure to visit Nettie.
If you can find Halson and get him out of there, thank you. I wish I could. All I can say. Good luck out there.
More will die if
And
the
Wrath
rite is
in the
finished.
center of the
Would you?
grove.
I would give in. Sylvanus' Halsin is. You won't mistake.
So I can pick up Rescue the Druid Halsin. Unfortunately, I forgot to pick up Defeat the Goblins by talking to Zevlor before heading out, which means I do miss some journal update triggers that I was hoping to track later, but I think ultimately it ends up not mattering with respect to my final findings.
Minthara. She's intelligent.
Of course, as a drow, it's trivial to get into the Shattered Sanctum without incident by saying you're here to have a meeting with Minthara.
Those thieves almost got.
Needs to touch you too.
Astarion does have the Gloves of Power from the Grove fight, so I do go ahead and get him branded.
Brace yourself. Hold.
As pain darkness, the vision dissolves away.
But the real reason to talk to Gut here is to send her to the chapel area by herself.
With the axe. Let's do.
And here is where I pick up my second invisibility potion. 2 will have to do. Sorry, Volo.
Let's have a rummage.
The next step is to go ahead and break Halsin out of his cage so that I can quickly escape to him after I'm done causing a ruckus out here. Shadowheart starts this fight with a silence in order to contain it so that no one can call for help.
Given the dwarf is ready. I'm hungry.
You're being arrested for assault. Judging by the look on this guard's face, you're getting off lightly.
Rather than pick the attack option, I try to be clever.
Stepping softly.
By using them being stuck in conversation to have Astarion sneak up and sneak attack one of the goblins.
Your indiscreet killing has earned you a new foe.
And see? It took me a couple tries to find the exact spot during editing, but it's right here. That goblin won initiative and ran out of the silence.
Don't mind me.
And you hear that noise? Minthara and company have joined the fight, and since the initiative started with an indiscreet killing cutscene, they are not temporarily hostile. I've just aggroed the entire goblin camp. So let's call that snag number 2. With the goblins in this alcove defeated, I have the party run into the pens to escape combat.
Time to see what new horrors waiting for us.
Looking ahead.
Looks like the goblins in here haven't heard the news yet. Whoops, I let the bear out of the bag. And then afterwards, I talked to Halsin in order to update the journal, and officially now I need to kill the goblin leaders for the quest.
Remove them, and nature will cure itself.
With the goblins permanently hostile, this has become harder but not impossible. I'm only going to send Banisher alone because my plan involves escaping combat once I've banished the goblin leader. Thankfully, there's no one keeping an eye on the alcove here, so sneaking past Minthara's area is easy. Gut has repositioned herself now that the camp is on alert, so she's not alone anymore, but she is still the first one I'm going to try to banish, and she's the one I'm going to try to escape from without a potion. But first I've got to get to a good spot for it. From up in the rafters, I should be able to banish Gut and then move away, and have plenty of time to hide before the goblins can find my last known position, exiting combat. I settle on this spot here and do a quick save, because I'm not going to presume a first try banishment. Gut's saving throw is +4, 3 from charisma and 1 from her gear, so she has to roll a 9 or higher to hit my saving throw DC of 13. That's a 60% chance to make it, which means a 40% chance to fail, so it shouldn't take too many tries. I could push my save DC up to 14 and then 15 by getting a feat at 4th level for my intelligence ability score, and the proficiency modifier increase at 5th, but honestly, that would take more time than I want to spend on this experiment. And on the 4th attempt it works. The journal entry pops up for Ask the Goblin Priestess for help. And the journal says that being a goblin proved fatal for her, even though she's only banished. I do drink a potion of speed I found on a dead mind flayer because why would I save it? And since there's no sight lines on me, I just hide right here and start moving away.
There's a friendly looking shadow. Can't slow down.
I believe I will be safe from scrutiny in the corner and need only pass my turn until the goblins get close enough to detect presence and fail to find me. And there I go. Goblin gut down, quick save. Next up is Dror Ragzlin. It takes a little timing, but it's not hard to sneak up to here for my quick save position. Dror's saving throw is +5. He's level 5, so he gets 3 from proficiency, and has a charisma modifier of +2, so he only has a 35% chance to fail. Let's see how lucky I get this time. That was try number 6, which was a little on the unlucky side, but that's okay. And here, I think, is where I remember that I was supposed to talk to Zevlor to get the Defeat the Goblins quest. Without that, there isn't a journal update here, but I'm close enough to the end that I want to go ahead and follow through. So I drink an invisibility potion and make my escape.
These boots have seen everything.
Minthara is going to be a little bit trickier because of this scrying eye. Until that's dealt with, I can't rely on being able to use invisibility to escape. So I begin a tedious process that I won't show you. Just know that it took lots of going back and forth between the pens and this alcove to finally eliminate all the goblins in the area and throw this scrying eye into the chasm. Then I was ready to face Minthara herself. Minthara's sightline covers the approach very well, so there's not really a great spot to attack her from stealth. I'll just quick save here and do the best I can. Oh crap, with 3 from proficiency, 3 from charisma, and another 3 from aura of protection, Minthara's save is +9. She only needs to roll a 4 to resist my banish, which means only a 15% chance to fail. Here, I do wonder if it wouldn't be better to come back at level 5 with a DC 15, but I decide to let it ride. She'll fail eventually, right? On the next attempt, I actually change tack and drink the invisibility potion now, then quick save. The new plan is to attack from invisibility, and when it does work, she'll be banished, so I'll have plenty of time to run. I got very lucky here. This should have taken an average of around 7 tries, but I got it on my 4th. And here you can see my journal now says to talk to Zevlor because the goblins are defeated. Even though the journal clearly says that the goblins are defeated, listen to what Halsin says about it.
The ringleaders have to die. The very natural order of things is in danger, thanks to them.
And interestingly enough, this part of the journal has not updated to reflect the defeat of the goblins. Alright then, let's see what Zevlor has to say. His journal entry seems to be complete.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it? It's good of you to offer, but we'd need an army of our own to it. There may be a way, though. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to them. It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. Everyone in this camp depends. We'll be ready to lead.
So speaking to Zevlor gave us the Defeat the Goblins quest. And look, it does in fact say the goblins are defeated right now. Let's talk to him again.
Our time grows short. If Korga won't abandon her madness, then we'll have to try the road, goblins or no.
So, it appears that using Banishing Arrows, you can fool the quest journal into thinking steps are completed, but that does not translate into NPCs thinking that the goblins are dead. So, here's my current theory. The banishing effect takes the enemy off the board for just a moment. In that moment, some kind of flag for the creature's presence disappears and the journal updates, which can't backtrack to a previous state. But that banishment doesn't last long, so the flag comes back even though the journal doesn't unupdate, and it's not until the creature is defeated for real that the quest turn-in NPCs will behave as though the quest is done. But that's just a theory. A Baldur's Gate oh, god damn it, hang on. I thought I was done. I had the footage, I had started editing, but then I had another thought. It had to do with the momentary nature of the banishing. What if all three of the goblin leaders were banished at the same time, and you talked to the quest turn-in NPCs while the goblin leaders were currently banished? Would that flag still be missing from the game world? Would Halsin and Zevlor then think that the goblins were defeated for real? I knew this video would not be complete unless I at least tried that too. This would require a different setup. So I load up this quick save just before I took Volo's potion from him before I aggroed the goblins. Thankfully, I don't have to go get withers. I believe the cutscene where the artifact protects you from the Absolute's command is a trigger for withers to show up whether or not you've actively gotten them. I'll spare you the process, but I'm turning the entire party except for Astarion into arcane archers exactly like Banisher.
It's no small thing to ask.
I also remember to talk to Zevlor first this time in order to actually have the Defeat the Goblins quest active as I take them out. The new plan will involve getting into combat and specifically not escaping, so Roa Moonglow has a bow that I will want, one that will increase my initiative.
That the jingle of coin.
There it is, the Bow of Awareness. It's a short bow, but I don't really care about damage right now. I just want the best chance to go before as many enemy combatants as possible. And when initiative is rolled on a d4, even a +1 bonus is really big. And would you look at that? Roa sells a couple of invisibility potions. That would have made the first test cycle easier.
These butchers to threaten my...
I get Halsin out of his cage again to update the quest and give myself the ability to check in with him easily later. But this time, without aggroing the entire camp first.
Not while this rot festers. May Sylvanas guide your hand.
Finally, the last step is to get everyone into place, which is much easier with a neutral goblin camp. Astarion remains in the pen with Halsin. Banisher herself hangs out near Minthara. Shadowheart hides in the rafters above Dror Ragzlin. I don't want to accidentally start the Speak with Dead cutscene. and Lae'zel goes to bother True Soul Gut. Everyone in position, we're ready to begin. I want to start with Minthara because she has the highest saving throw by far. It looks like I get lucky again. Only 5 tries to banish Minthara. Wait a minute. Something went wrong. I'm still in turn-based mode, not in combat. Minthara is banished, for now, but that's not going to be good enough for my purposes. I'm going to have to restart my attempt to banish Minthara. So, new plan. I need to be seen by someone else assaulting Minthara in order to enter into combat. The easiest way to do that is from right within their sight lines. I wait for the scrying eye to go the other way, enter turn-based mode, drink the invisibility potion, and start trying again for Minthara's banishment. I did not count how many tries that took. It was a lot. Okay, so now that we're here, this combat will be paused until I take my action. So, I will never take my action. I will remain here, and Minthara will remain banished while the rest of my party does whatever they want. Like, banish the other goblin leaders. Fun fact, it doesn't take an action to send this bow of awareness to the next person. Lae'zel, you're up. Lae'zel equips the bow of awareness. It turns out, Gut being by herself was actually a detriment to the experiment. After a few false starts, I found a workaround that starts with Lae'zel assaulting this random goblin over here.
You sought a fight, and now you have one.
Roa beat Lae'zel's initiative, which is unfortunate, but for whatever reason, it did not end up using Lae'zel's action, so I just need to get to her turn for a place to land the quick save. And from here, she can proceed with the attempts to banish Gut. That took even longer than Minthara, just due to horrible dice rolls. So, Gut is banished. I check the journal updates, but you know what I forget to do? Quick save. That becomes an annoyance later, but ultimately the result is the same, so I won't revisit Gut's banishment. It was successful. To ensure Shadowheart was locked in combat, I started things off by shoving this goblin into the pit.
Defile the Absolute's name, boys!
And here she starts her banishment attempts. And that's all 3. As before, the journal entries reflect that the goblins have been defeated. The difference being is that they are all now currently locked in a stasis of banishment. So Astarion talks to Halsin.
The ringleaders have to die. The very natural order of things is in danger, thanks to them.
Halsin still isn't fooled. Time to try Zevlor. While we're here, let's see how Halsin reacts if you try to go to the Grove after he's agreed to help you fight the goblins.
Where are you going? We have work to do. Enemies to kill. I'll wait here. Just know that your
Our time grows short. If Korga won't abandon her madness, then we'll have to try the road, goblins or no.
Well, it looks like the result is the same. I cycle through my party members just to double check that all 3 goblin leaders are still, in fact, currently banished, and they are. So, if my theory was going in the right direction, then whatever flag updates the journal does not last for the entire banishment. It instantaneously updates the journal, and then, resets itself or something. So, it looks like it is possible to trick the journal, but not possible to trick the NPCs. And as far as I can tell, there was no experience gain from the journal entries updating in this manner. Though, I suppose in this case the quest experience could be rolled up in the monster kill experience, so I don't know for sure that other similar journal entries wouldn't result in premature experience gain. Beyond that, I'm having trouble thinking of any use for this little quirk. I'm interested to know what you think, though. Can you conceive of a situation where it would be beneficial to preemptively update the quest journal using Banishing Arrows? Maybe some kind of exploitable bug or glitch that I didn't find here. I just wanted to explore the weird, seemingly unintended interaction that I found. I hope you find it interesting as well. Have a good one.